Hey guys, what's going on, man? What's going on? Wise One Awaken YouTube channel. We here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the things that are affecting our daily lives. I'm here to talk to you guys about it. Hey, I don't know everything. I just know a little bit of information. I'm just passing it along. If you guys disagree, let's put it in the comment box. Let's talk about it. Why is black people at the bottom, right? That's what I want to talk about today. Why are we at the bottom economically? I mean, just a array of like if you're talking about measurement in society as far as people that are thriving in, in this country, right? And it could be in the world too, also. That we at the bottom, we at the bottom, right? Why are we at the bottom? I'll start with here more because I live here, and most people that watch the YouTube channel are from America, North America. So we'll start with here, right? Um, First, I want to get into reason why. I would say the number one reason why, and where it all started with, it started back in the '60s, right? It started back way, 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 way back, a couple of decades ago. That's when it all started. I think that was like, if we can go back to that, okay, where can we could fix the problem? Right? I'm not talking about like slavery, anything like that, because that's way back there, right? That's those are like a century or so ago, right? So, but I want to focus more on the '50s, '60s. When you had your Martin Luther King, your Malcolm X, and fighting for the rights of African Americans in this country, and that kind of like went all over the world. Where after the '60s, you seen a lot of black nations getting their independence too, right? But they didn't really know what they was getting themselves into. So the reason, one of the reasons why I think the black people are at the bottom, why they're at the bottom, not I think, but the reason why is desegregation, right? When black people was asking like for freedom, right? They wanted freedom of access, right? They wanted things. They wanted a loan. They wanted housing. They wanted economic freedom, right? So when they segregated, right? So they became desegregated, and what happened? Most of our affluent black people left pretty much black neighborhoods. They left it. They just say, yo, I'm gone. I'm able to take care of my family. I'm making a little bit of money. I'm gonna go ahead and go live in another neighborhood. All right, I'm gonna go live somewhere where I can get a better house, you know, a better school, better job, like just better opportunity, which is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just looking at it from now on how that just kind of just put us in the wrong trajectory. So now you have your most affluent black people leaving your community, then the rest of the people that would depend on those people was for jobs, right? Because you might have that one affluent person in the black community that own a business. So if they leave, who they gonna employ? You have one black doctor that would take care of people in the community. I'm not saying one black doctor, but there was multiple. And you have a bus company that was employing black people. You had taxi companies. You had hotel chains, restaurant chains. There was a lot of different things that black people was really successful on prior to the '60s, and there was thriving businesses that was really working for them. But after desegregation, when they integrated, all that started going downhill because black people wanted so much to be part of the American dynamic, right? The American economy and everything. So they was like, hey, I'm willing to go ahead and give up what I got just to join this new world order, right? To join this new world order. So I think that's where it started. That's the downhill from that point on, you know. So you got all that going on. Then as we seeping through the '70s, and you got the breakdown of the black family, because that whole single mother and single father, like that started really started like after the '60s. It started getting really bad. Now they say it wasn't no single mothers in the black community, but it just started really going bad after the '60s, like into the '70s. It started really getting bad because you got drug coming into the community. All the strong people that was in the community were no longer there. So I mean, it is a total breakdown. That's what you was getting, a total complete breakdown, right? um, that was happening. So now you have all this going on. You have a breakdown of the family, right? And the young ones are not being educated of what happened in the past. So you got in a change of history where the young black people are not being educated into where they came from. Not say where they came from as far as like before slavery. I'm just saying, yo, before the 1960s, you had really good standing black families, wealthy black families. But these young kids are not being taught that. The education level is not up to par because guess what? They started being in the ghetto. They're in the hood. So now you have a bunch of young people growing up in broken homes, lack of education, lack of economic stability. So you have all these things going on, right? So fast forward, I would say, let's just fast forward to now, right? What are the issues you have? The one issue you have in the black community, it's the family, right? It's family. It's it's money and crime. Those are the three things that's plaguing the black community right now: crime, family, and money. We don't have no money. We have a breakdown of the family, and there's a lot of crime, right? Why you have a lot of crime? There's no money. There's no jobs. There's no opportunity. You have crime. No education. The family's broken down, so now you have the street raising our kids. The women are turning into prostitutes. The men are turning into criminals. Not to say that all black people are like that, all black people are criminals or prostitutes, but I'm saying it's enough of them, it's enough of us are going in the wrong direction where we in the bottom. Because, like some of us getting our feelings, say, oh no, not all black people are criminals and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's just too many. There's too many where it's a problem. It's causing us to be the bottom on the economic ladder. When you put us next to Hispanics, whites, or Asians, people from other countries, they're dominating. But you know the reason why they're all dominating? Especially with Asians? It has to do with family, the family unit. They stay together. They come here, even when they open businesses, Chinese restaurants or whatever, the Indian restaurants or whatever business they open, a gas station, they keep that sucker in the family, that high family, and they keep that money circling within the family, right? They'll come into a black community and able to bring their whole family from China or from Japan or from Korea or from India, from having a corner store in a black community. But you saying the black community don't have no money. They have a corner store, maybe two, or they have a liquor store, or they have a gas station. And they're able to bring their whole family here into this country and be a thriving family. So why can't we do that? It's time for us to educate the young ones coming up, young brothers, young sisters coming up, because there's a lack of education. What I mean by education, not your traditional education where you go to school, and because most of the stuff they learn in there is just to make you a robot so you can go work for a corporation and sit at a damn cubicle. I'm talking about education, financial education, things that's gonna make you a thriving member of your black community, things that's gonna make you elevate, right? What am I mean by education? Family education. Educating us about what it is to have a family structure. Educating us on money, on loan, on contract, on law, on building things that are important to society. We need to be educated on building. There's no reason why, listen, man, especially when it comes black, there's not all of us need to go to college. We need to get education on things that really matter. Being an electrician, right? HVAC, trucker, different things like that you can do, you can become to start building a viable community. Because we only all of us going to college and getting a student loan and being in debt, right? Because what they have you now, they say, oh, you'll see a lot of black women say, oh, I'm educated, I have my education, this and that, but they're in debt. They're in debt. Oh, I'm the first one. I got a house. More black women or owning homes. but you're not owning a home, you have a mortgage, right? So we're not being taught anything about money, about debt. So how can we build wealth, right? How can we build wealth? All these things going on. So the number one problem of the black community is the family structure. Then, you know, it's money. Because once you have a stable family, you can build, right? You have one or two, three families next to each other. You can build something out of that. You can build a small grocery store and everybody go ahead and support that grocery store and build on from there. I think as black people, we have really big dreams and we think about like, oh yeah, because you have like your Jay Morrisons and everything. Oh, let's go ahead and start a big fund and do big business. You are not there. We're in the bottom. You need to start small. We need to have baby steps. We don't need to own 20 gas stations in the hood. We just need to own one little corner store, and you build from there. You build from there. You know, we don't need to get rid of all the criminals in the hood. We just need to get the violent ones, a few of them, because you're always gonna have crime. Crime is not gonna go away. It's always gonna be there. But we just want to get enough away where we're not labeled as criminals or thugs and prostitutes, just common low life. We're not labeled as that. You know, and you can kind of put that not just with Black Americans here. You can see that as like black people across the globe too, also, because shit, a lot of immigrant countries from black, they doing really bad, right? Because they get into a lot of debt. So I'm gonna discuss that more. I'm gonna discuss a lot about black people that's coming from other countries and how bad their countries are doing, and the reason why. But the reason I want to touch on this subject is I think, you know, this is a problem that needs to be talked about. We need to talk about, that needs to be solved. Let me know what you guys think, and go ahead and comment in the comment box, because I want to talk more about topics, but I want to keep the video short. So I just kind of touch a little bit of everything. So if I didn't go in depth, don't come at me in the comment box saying, hey, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. What about this? What about that? I just want to talk about, just kind of like just touch it a little bit, but I can have further videos on it discussing more into detail why black people are at the bottom, right? And we're gonna talk about immigrants too. Immigrants, you ain't safe. We're gonna talk about black immigrants in their country and how bad their country are doing, why their country are doing so bad. Because it's not just black in America are doing bad, it is blacks across the globe are doing bad. You know, how long are we gonna stay in the bottom? Let's talk about it. Like and share the video, comment. Wise One Awaken YouTube channel, we here. Let's talk about it. Appreciate you guys.